Hallo meine lieben Frecher und willkommen zu einer neuen Folge von Genshin Impact und heute gehen wir endlich wirklich nach Inazuma. Letztes Mal haben wir den Prolog gespielt und ich war so dumm, das zu vergessen, dass da noch ein Prolog ist, bevor wir starten. Wir müssen jetzt mit Catherine reden und dann werden wir normalerweise den Weg nach Inazuma freischalten, also, oder zumindest so gut wie sofort. Also fangen wir jetzt mal an.
What can I do for you, traveler?
Erzähl mir was über die Reise nach Inazuma.
Ah, yes. I've heard that you've already made arrangements with the captain of the Crux fleet regarding your passage to Inazuma. Is that correct? Now that I think about it, it's been quite some time since I last visited those lands. Unfortunately, I don't have any current intel that would be worth sharing with you.
There you are. You're the traveler that Beidou will be taking to Inazuma, right?
Anscheinend ist unsere Nachricht angekommen.
The fleet is nearly completed reprovisioning. Once the crews have taken a head count, we can get underway. Captain Beidou sent me to come get you. We'll weigh anchor as soon as you're aboard.
Okay.
Seems Beidou is the captain of her word.
Of course. There are many things that the captain insists upon. I'm sure you'll see for yourself once you're on board.
So you'll be heading off then? I suppose congratulations are in order. Whether the journey before you leads to the heights of the heavens or the depths of the abyss, each step you take is another achievement. Until we meet again, Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Ad Astra Abyssosk, Catherine.
Oh, it's kind of hard to say goodbye now. We practically see each other every day.
Well, if that's how you feel, why not come and find me when you arrive? I'll be awaiting you on Narukami Island.
Ich wusste es doch.
So there's another Catherine in Inazuma? See, there's no need to get all sappy now.
Well, I guess it's time for you to bid farewell to Liyue Harbor. Now that I've delivered my message, I'll be heading back. The ship is currently anchored off of Guyun Stone Forest.
Okay, thanks for coming all this way to let us know.
Just following orders. I'll see you two aboard the Alcor.
Jo, bis gleich. Damit geht's los. Der unbewegliche Gott und die ewige Utopie. Sprich mit User. Das ist wahrscheinlich beim Okay, wir müssen auf das Schiff, ja klar. Aber wir wollen jetzt nicht das machen, wir wollen das machen. So. Ich kann halt auch mit jedem auf dem Schiff reden, aber das ist alles Weltenaufträge und ich habe gar keinen Bock, das alles vorzulesen. Deswegen machen wir uns jetzt auch einfach mal auf den Weg dorthin. Und ja. Schauen wir mal, was uns erwartet. Ich bin wirklich, wirklich froh, endlich nach Inazuma reisen zu können. Ich habe schon so lange Lust drauf. Und ich habe nach Inazuma auf meinem Main-Account gar nicht mehr aufgepasst mit der Story. Das heißt, ab jetzt gehe ich eigentlich mit euch blind rein. Weil ich weiß fast nichts mehr von Inazuma. Nur noch ganz, ganz wenig vereinzelte Teile. Und von Sumeru habe ich gar keinen Plan. Ich bin nur in Sumeru reingegangen, aber dann hat Shartex mich den ganzen Rest gespielt, alle Quests. Das heißt, alles, was Sumeru angeht, habe ich gar keinen Plan. Und dann kommt Fontaine ja noch bald raus. Es sind auch noch, glaube ich, nur 3 Monate oder so, bis Fontaine rauskommt. Bis dahin weiß ich noch nicht mal, ob ich mit Sumeru fertig bin. Aber ja, wie ich in den letzten Parts schon erwähnt hatte, werden wir jetzt die Archon-Quests fertig spielen. Und nach den Archon-Quests werden dann wieder andere Spiele kommen. Mit Legenden-Quests dazwischen manchmal. Weil ich auf die Legenden-Quests nicht so viel Wert lege, weil es mir nicht, weiß nicht, die Hauptstory des Spiels, es ist ja eher so eine Nebengeschichte. Und da ich jetzt die ganzen Archon-Quests freigeschaltet habe, werde ich mich damit zufrieden geben. Und diese machen. Und dann kommen wieder andere Spiele mit den Legenden-Quests dann auch. Also Genshin wird nicht komplett verschwinden, bis wieder ein Update kommt oder so. Genshin wird halt nur weniger kommen und dafür andere Spiele dementsprechend. Okay, wo ist Beidou? Da ist Beidou. Los geht's.
Ah, you finally made it.
Jupp.
All these years, come rain or storm, the Crux fleet has never suffered a delay. If it were anyone else, I might have set sail already.
Tut mir leid, Captain.
Don't look too serious, I'm only joking. You're just on time. The crew have just finished making final preparations. Well, now that everyone's here, we set sail for the land engulfed by storm and tempest. The nation of eternity.
Anchors away!
Los geht's! Oh, schönes Bild. Nachdem sie den Windensturm getrotzt hat, kommt die Anker endlich im Hafen an. Ich bin gespannt. Ich bin sehr, sehr, sehr gespannt.
Ahoy there.
Ja, grüß Gott.
So, you finally made it. You sure kept me waiting, Captain. And it appears we have a couple of stowaways. Or perhaps I should say, honored guests.
Shush!
You can blame your almighty shogun. The tempests around Inazuma have been growing all the more fierce lately. Though the fleet was fully up to the challenge, the inclement weather still caused some delay. Now then, let me introduce everyone. This is Toma, a trade partner that I've gotten to know recently.
Okay.
You don't know how long I've been waiting to see you.
Toma, these two are...
Oh, no need for introductions. Their reputation precedes them. Seems even the stormy seas can't keep rumors of these outlanders' sterling deeds at bay.
Freut mich, dich kennenzulernen, Thomas.
Oh, it's sure nice to hear you say that.
With any luck, it'll give you a head start here. Toma's resided on Rito for quite some time now. It wouldn't be going too far to say he's the fixer around these parts. If you run into any problems here, just talk to Toma. But if he tries to pull any moves on you, I'll be sure to deal with him personally the next time I'm around.
No need to worry. I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
Good. Then if it's all settled, I'll be going. I wouldn't want to be caught with my sails down here. I do have a wanted fugitive on board after all.
Oh, right. Kazuha.
Until next time, traveler. Remember to give it your all, no matter what perilous storms you may encounter.
Wird gemacht.
Fair seas, Captain Beto. Bye-bye.
Now then, first things first. We need to go get you registered at the border checkpoint.
Paimon thought we were supposed to be keeping things on the down low. Are we just gonna walk into the government's hands?
Don't underestimate the reaches of the Sakoku decree. You wouldn't be able to avoid inspection even if you tried. So we have to play by the rules, even if we're kind of bending them.
Na gut. Da steht Strom. Strom. Da steht Sturm. Folge Thomas, registriere dich am Grenzeingang. Okay. Aber es ist komisch ohne Minimap. Wir müssen auf jeden Fall die Statue der 7 nachher suchen gehen. Können wir die jetzt suchen gehen? Das wäre nämlich praktisch. Dann haben wir nämlich ein bisschen Map. Wissen wir, wo wir hin müssen. Jetzt mal ein Teleportationspunkt. Und die Statue der 7 wird doch auch irgendwo hier. Ah ja, da oben. Ich hab schon ganz Inazuma erkundet, bevor wir die Story weiterspielen. Mal hier hoch. Wir müssen sowieso wahrscheinlich noch wegen der Story zur Statue der 7, aber es nervt mich gerade. So, sieht schon besser aus. Haben wir mal die ganze Insel schon mal freigeschaltet? Statue anbeten? Nee, wir haben ja noch nichts. Und den Einklang will ich auch nicht, weil der Elektro-Traveler ist extremst nervig. So, gehen wir wieder zum Grenzeingang. Grenzübergang, sorry. Es nervt mich, dass, wenn ich mich nur minimal bewege, dass mein Stuhl so laute Geräusche macht. Das stört die Filmsequenzen und die Szenen überhaupt einfach komplett. Das ist richtig nervig. So, ist gut.
Hello? Please state your name, identity, and the purpose of your visit. Oh, except you, Toma. You must be new here.
So könnte man es nennen, ja.
Excuse me? Please provide the information requested and also declare any goods you are carrying with you.
Wir sind hier, um meinen Bruder zu finden.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. We cannot approve entry for purely personal reasons. So, unless you have a valid reason for visiting in accordance with the rules... My apologies, but I'll have to ask you to...
Here are their entry papers for your kind perusal.
What? Take your time. No rush or anything.
I just wanted to see what you'd say. Sorry about that.
I see. Okay. Your papers are all in order. Welcome to Rito.
Okay.
So, where do we go next?
The Outlander Affairs Agency.
Okay.
They only check entry permits here. If you want to remain on Rito, there's a process you have to go through with them.
Sheesh. So it is super strict, just like everyone says.
Well, let's not forget that to everyday folk in Inazuma, people from everywhere else are referred to as outsiders.
Okay.
As the word suggests, Outlanders aren't very welcome in Inazuma with the Sakoku decree in force. Not even on Rito, where they've established an outsider settlement.
Willkommen oder nicht, wir haben keine Wahl.
I like how you think. I've got a feeling we're going to get along very well. Now, let's head over to the Outlander Affairs Agency. Most of the current rules were put in place by the
Gehen wir mal zu der
administration of Rito,
Agentur
the
für
Kanjo Commission.
Auswärtige Angelegenheit.
Yes,
Ich kann mal wieder
branch of
nicht
the
reden.
Tri-Commission of Inazuma, responsible for growing and managing the nation's wealth.
Hier
You
lang,
really
okay.
haven't heard of it before?
Grüß Gott. Grüß Gott.
You've completed the entry procedures, yes? And now you want to apply for residency? Both of you?
Yes, please.
Die klingt ja voll genervt.
Okay, the processing fee will be 2 million mora.
2 million? For a processing fee? Are you serious?
That's right. 1 million per applicant, which makes 2 million total. Don't worry, you can trust my math.
Paimon wasn't so much questioning your math as...
Das ist ein bisschen viel, ne?
Ma'am, these two
Okay.
here are good friends of mine. I think you'll find I'm one face you recognize.
Ah, Mr. Toma, it's you. By way of courtesy, allow me to reduce it to 400,000 Mora total.
Das ist ein ordentlicher Rabatt.
Thank you ever so much, Miss Eureka. But as this is just a processing fee, I think 600 Mora should cover it if I'm paying on their behalf. I'll treat you to dinner too. How does that sound?
That's not how you haggle! By all means, bargain the price down, but...
All right then, as you wish, Mr. Toma. I will make a record.
Much obliged.
Okay. Ich bin ein bisschen durcheinander, aber das wird, glaube ich, schon gehen. Die Anmeldung des Wohnsitzes für Treibenslos. Ach, Spiel.
What? She went from 2 million down to 600? There's something seriously wrong with people's sense of finance around here.
Ich glaube, es geht um mehr als nur Geld.
It's not as mind-boggling as you think. A processing fee is just a figure of speech. The way some here at the agency see it, the fees are easy money, so it becomes a question of how much they can make. So when the day comes that some poor merchant from overseas with more money than sense gets stuck here and needs to apply for residency...
Then they'll milk them for all they're worth.
Exactly. It's at times like this that having a local friend really comes in handy.
Wehrt sich da niemand?
Yes, but when you're an outlander in Inazuma, far from home in this closed nation era, there's very little that can be done about it. The most that overseas merchants can do to look after themselves is stick together. That's how the International Trade Association came about.
So it's a trade association built by and for Outlanders?
Yep.
Okay.
And as well as advancing commercial interests, the association provides help, support, and structure for Outlanders trying to survive on Rito. Essentially, it's an association devoted to both commercial excellence and survival skills.
Shogun Raiden kommt mir unerreichbarer vor als je zuvor.
Sounds like just staying alive is an achievement when you're an Outlander in Inazuma.
I see. So this is the real purpose of your trip. Yes, given that you are Outlanders, it's certainly a lofty aspiration. After all, the Raiden Shogun is the most exalted and revered one in all of Inazuma. She is a deity who reigns on high, while all other life gazes up in awe.
Das kann schon sein.
I was going to say nothing is set in stone when it comes to who you will encounter in this world. Who's to say you won't happen to run into the Raiden Shogun one day after lunch?
Aha. And is that likely?
Okay, I'll give it to you straight. I know of a way to introduce you to the Raiden Shogun.
Okay.
Really? Wow! The Rito Fixer is better connected than we thought.
Jetzt kommt das große Aber.
I mean, it will take all the resources I have at my disposal, but it can be done. However, before we get there, connections come at a high price, you understand?
Not you too.
No. In this instance, when I say price, I'm not talking about Mora.
Sondern?
In fact, there's no real cost as such. It's just that if this is something you really want, you'll have to agree to help other people solve some of their problems first. I
Okay.
like to do things in a way that keeps everybody happy. It's my own personal rule for dealing with situations like this.
Sounds very reasonable to Paimon. You're the man in the middle, so you have to trade favors to keep everyone indebted to you.
Die Wege des Vermittlers sind unergründlich.
Why do I get the feeling you're making me out to be some sort of crook? Never mind. Here's the situation. As I touched upon earlier, the members of the International Trade Association are constantly struggling to survive. Recently, things seem to have gotten more difficult than ever for them, so just go and check things out. See if there's any way you can help. The head of the association is called Carisio, and he's a good friend of mine. Go talk to him. I'll wait for you here.
Okay. Mit Corisiorin. Nein. Da sind wir schon zu weit. Ah, da. Kann das sein? Du? Corisu, ja.
Hello there. You must be seeking refuge with the International Trade Association. The Outlander Affairs Agency took you for all you're worth, I suppose.
Ja, fast.
Ah, good. That's a relief. You need to be careful, or you'll find yourself losing your savings all at once.
We heard the association has been having some difficulties lately. Is that true?
Yes, left, right, and center. Obstacles at every turn. But that's nothing new for us.
The Sakoku decree certainly makes things difficult for anyone who wants to come here from overseas.
But it's not the root cause of our woes. The Sakoku decree might restrict our scope of activity, but in and of itself, it doesn't stop us from being able to enjoy a comfortable existence. No. What's really squeezing us Outlander merchants dry is those Mora grubbers from the Kanjo Commission.
Okay, die Kanjo-Verwaltung.
Of the 3 commissions, that's the one that oversees everything on Rito, isn't it?
That's right. They impose astronomical tax rate, unbelievable regulations, and that's not the worst of it. They just issued a new tax decree recently that, for some reason, completely changes the way we pay our taxes. It used to be Mora, but now it's something called Crystal Marrow.
Crystal Marrow? What's that?
Something that most of us in the association had never heard of before either, until the new decree came along.
Okay.
Eventually, one of the older Liyue merchants recalled that he once shipped a batch of it to Snezhnaya in his youth. So, in order to pay our taxes, we began an arduous search for this crystal marrow. But then we found we'd only managed to create a bigger problem for ourselves. The rising demand for crystal marrow drove the price higher and higher. Now there's only one vendor who even has it in stock. We can't get a hold of it anywhere else.
Isn't that what they call a monopoly?
Exactly. So this vendor keeps pushing the price up, and we have no choice but to buy from them because the tax decree forces us to. It's a vicious cycle, the consequence of which is that our taxes will soon exceed our profits. And once that happens...
Das ist doch absurd.
We've tried communicating with the Commission directly, but this is a nation where the cries of a few struggling merchants will never be heard over the ever-present roar of thunder. Fontaine, my dear homeland. I miss you an awful lot for the moment.
Interessant.
Sounds awful. They're really bleeding them dry. What do you think we should do?
Der Händler klingt echt ziemlich suspekt.
That vendor. I've actually done business with him in the past, but after a point he stopped contacting us. I have no idea where he sources the stuff.
Well, it definitely sounds like he's being unfair. How do we find him? We could go talk to him and see if he lets anything slip.
Könnte man machen, ja.
That's a pretty good idea. Since you're not affiliated with the association and you're new to Rito, he may just let his guard down. If I remember correctly, our usual meeting point with him is under a tree by the coast in the residential district.
Okay.
See if you can find him there.
Got it. We're on the case.
Irgendwo beim Wohnwehr. Okay. Einbruch der Nacht. Oh, wir haben wieder hier, oh, Mora. Einbruch der Nacht. Wann ist Nacht? Tag. Da? Ist da Nacht? Sollen wir auf genaue Nacht gehen? Ich glaube, wir gehen auf eine genaue Nacht. Einbruch der Nacht sollte ja auch Nacht bedeuten, eigentlich. Tick, 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 tick. Und Paket nach den aktuellen Gesprächsdingen. Ich dachte mir schon, dass das nicht das Richtige sein kann. So, 3 Kilometer ist ein bisschen weit weg für kurz bei der Küste. Okay, der ist schon Kristallmark. Werner.
Huh? I don't think I recognize you. Are you new arrivals?
Du kennst mich nicht, aber ich bin hier der Vermittler.
Haha, very funny. Real fixers don't need to refer to themselves that way. I wasn't born yesterday, you know.
Nein?
So, what do you need with me?
Wo kriegst du deine Waren her?
The sheer nerve. You don't go around asking questions like that. If I gave you my sources, I might as well hand you the whole darn business. Trade secret, got it? You know what trade and secret mean, right?
This guy's got a bad attitude.
Kannst du deine Preise reduzieren?
Are you even buying? Oh, I see what's going on here. Kurisu and his associates sent you here to try and plead their case, didn't they? They're wasting their time. The price is non-negotiable, not by a single Mora.
Hey, what's your problem?
Get out of here, go on. Tell them they're lucky to be buying from me in the first place, and they ought to be more grateful. If it weren't for me, they'd be in seriously hot water.
What are we gonna do? There's no talking to this guy.
Reden wir mit Thor.
Good idea. Let's check back in with him.
Bitte Thomas um Hilfe beim Informationen sammeln. Dauernd hier hin und her, sag mal. Hallo.
That was quick. You resolved it already?
Das Gegenteil. Du musst uns helfen, dir zu helfen.
No? Well, by all means, tell me what you need. I'll help as much as I can. Getting you to go fixing things when you've only just arrived is quite a demand.
Was weißt du über Werner?
Oh, that guy? I'm familiar. He used to be a bit of a sorry sight, selling shells that he'd collect on the beach just to get by, but he seems to have suddenly shot up in the world recently. I can only assume he must have found himself a patron after leaving the International Trade Association.
Huh. You're saying he used to be a member of the International Trade Association? So he's an Outlander too?
Yes. Couldn't you tell when you spoke to him?
Für mich klang er wie ein Mondstädter.
That's right. Werner was born in Mondstadt, then went into the shipping business, trading between Leah and Inazuma. When Inazuma closed to the outside world, he was one of a group of Outlanders that ended up stranded on Rito.
Huh. What a bummer.
The International Trade Association was initially very generous to him, but over time, with decree after decree, the association members found it increasingly difficult to make ends meet.
So he left the association and turned his back on them.
I'm sure it's more nuanced than that. I believe even the most ungrateful and cold-hearted of people still have some amount of gratitude and warmth left in them somewhere.
Ich rede noch mal mit ihm.
Really? Is that all you need to know?
Well then, it sounds like you may have found a way in with him.
Okay, dann gehen wir nochmal zurück. Ich dachte mir schon, dass Werner aus Mondstadt ist, weil er heißt Werner. Das war mir schon deutsch genug, um zu wissen, dass er aus Mondstadt kommt. Hallo Werner.
What are you doing back here? Just because I got plenty of time on my hands doesn't mean I want to waste any of it talking to you.
Der Wind hat mich wieder zu dir zurückgeführt.
Huh? Where's this coming from?
Ein Löwenzahnschnaps würde an einem Tag wie diesem wunderbar schmecken.
Mondstadt? You were talking about Mondstadt.
Geben wir ihm die Wasserlilie.
Goodness, I can sense it now. So familiar, but I can't remember the last time I was there. The scent of Mondstadt. Oh, how it takes me back.
Möge der Wind uns führen.
Ah, my hometown, the home of freedom. How I long to go back and visit.
Oh, it's working!
So, trying to play my heartstrings like a liar, are you? I know what you're up to.
Schließ deine Augen.
Huh? What is this? What are you up to now?
Just close your eyes already!
Wo genau hin? Klingt das vertraut?
You mean the sound of the ocean?
Günstiges und lecker eingelegtes allerlei.
Leah Harbor. I can see it so clearly. Oh, and the sound of the waves. The calls of the merchants.
Möge sich das Feuer der Tugend ausbreiten.
Xiao lanterns. I'm right there at the lantern rite. Oh, look at them floating up into the sky.
This guy has a really active imagination. Either that or he really does miss Liyue Harbor.
Liyue.
Geben wir mal eine Pepperoni.
Wait. Stop. That's enough. Don't make me relive it anymore. My poor heart can't take it.
Viele Leute haben sich in der Vergangenheit unterstützt.
You mean the folks from the International Trade Association? And I suppose they are far from home, just like me. Often, I'll sneak down to the shore at night and listen to the sound of the waves. I like to imagine it's the voice of my hometown, carried across the ocean. I've run into folks from the association more than a few times doing just that, but I always hide my face and slip away. Don't you think I've wanted to talk things through with them and free myself from this anguish?
Well, no one's stopping you, so...
They're so resilient. None of them had anyone else to rely on, so they rallied together, committed to finding a way to survive. But I couldn't do it. I'm not strong enough. So I caved. Those people, they'd make the smallest of promises, offer the most measly benefits, and I'd do whatever they asked of me. And make Mondstadters look like the worst people in the world.
Wer sind diese Leute?
All right, I'll tell you the whole story. It's eating me up inside, and I can't take it anymore.
You ready to talk now?
Komm, gönn dir einen Schluck mit deinen Freunden von der Vereinigung.
But I betrayed them. I can't show my face there.
Come on, you scaredy cat. Look, you messed up, but now it's time to make things right. So come on, get it off your chest. What's the deal here?
It's a scheme by the tax collection Ashigaru, Keijiro and his companions. They start by overtaxing the merchants, then take the extra crystal marrow they receive and stockpile it. Once the merchants run out of places to buy crystal marrow, they get me to sell that extra stock back to the merchants at an extortionate price, with the proceeds going to the tax collection Ashigaru.
It's plain evil gouging them like this.
I'm their puppet, yes. But my cut is a tiny fraction of what we take in total. It's barely enough for me to live on.
Wir brauchen Beweise.
Evidence? You're right. Without conclusive evidence, he will never admit it. Now that I think about it, whenever I report back to him after a sale, he always heads to the same place. It's always made me suspicious. As it happens, I handed some Mora over to him not long ago. I can show you where he went if you want.
Really? Well, then there's no time to lose. Let's go!